Well, welcome you guys. I am super excited to do this training today. If everybody would mute their lines, if everyone would mute their lines, that would help. And that way we can keep the recording clear. I'm Roger Broberg. I'm from Utah, and we're going to do a little training today. And we have a special guest today. And before I get to Bob, I just wanted to recognize a few people that are on the call. And if you guys are on the call, let's go to recognition first. If you guys are on the call and have gone up a level in your organization, like if you've gone from customer or distributor to master affiliate, please come on and let's introduce yourself and let's recognize you guys, because we had a lot of advancements this last month. And any of you upline, if you know that they're on and they're being too shy, go ahead and come on.
I wonder if you want to watch this, because they're mainly going to be talking
about. Okay, let's go on to, if you've advanced from master affiliate to director, in other words, if you've sponsored another master affiliate, please come on.
The majority is.
Jennifer, you need to mute your line.
Yeah.
Jennifer Ladowick, can you mute your line, please?
So that's fine. We'll just go through everything, Dwayne.
Roger, you
how about
can
any
mute.
key directors that are on?
How would you like the
No advancements, huh? Okay, let's go to the Hawaii trip winners. Richard, I know you earned the trip.
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Diane Helmold, I know you're on. Congratulations. Diane, who of your people have earned the trip? Diane, I know you're there. No, Diane. Jennifer Eves, are you on? I know you earned the trip.
I'm on. I did earn the trip. Is Katie on?
Katie Moore, are you there?
No, but not yet. But Katie did earn the trip.
Katie
Eileen
did earn the trip yesterday,
Yep.
and Eileen earned the trip.
Eileen, and then I also have Rita Montenegro and Macarius from California, who are also coming.
Awesome.
And Diane should be on.
You guys.
Diane had 2 qualifiers. Diane earned the trip, and Edith Scarpita and Cindy earned the trip. So yeah, yep. A lot going on in Relive. It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's move on to the best part of this meeting, and I am so excited to introduce Bob Montgomery. He's not only a good friend, and has become a good friend over the past 14 years. He's the founder of the company and the chairman of the board, and one of my favorite people. So Bob, if you would come on, and we'd love to hear from you.
Well, thank you, Roger, and good morning, everyone that there today, wherever you are. I know we're in different places, and it happens that my wife Eden and I are at our lake house at Lake Ozark, Missouri. So it's a kind of a comfortable Saturday morning for us. We love it here, and we like talking to Relive people, and so this is going to be a great opportunity for us. Roger, it's nice to be with you today, and there's so many things that I think we could talk about. There are good things that happening all over the world with Relive right now, we're about to enter into a whole new world, really, a new and exciting period of time, because the industry has changed. And it's not necessarily because Relive is wanting change or Relive is insisting on it. It just happens that that's the way the world is. I mean, the internet has changed everything, and most of you know that. The way we communicate has changed. All of in the past, in the 32 years, it's all been face-to-face. Not all of that, but much of it has been when we communicate with each other in a conference-style meeting. It's been where we can see each other and we can talk and we become acquainted and get to know each other. And that has changed. In some ways it's maybe not as good, but in many ways it's even better, because the way that it's not as good is that the fact that we don't see each other that much, and I miss that. That's a hard thing for me to have to deal with, because I love our Relive people, and we have good relationships with people like you, Roger, and others that I know are on this call. The good news about it is that we can have these events, not just necessarily with people that are sitting there in the room with us. We can have these events with people that are now on the other side of the world at the same time. We can have people in Australia, for instance. It'd be a different time maybe for them, but they could be listening on the other side of the world, can be listening to this call and becoming acquainted with you and others and your stories, whether it be Australia or Europe or Mexico or whatever it may be. It makes the world a smaller place. And whether we like that or not, that's really a reality. And I am one that thinks this is a good thing, because we can be together. We're in our conference that we've got coming up here in just a few weeks. And I hope every one of you are planning to be a part of that, because it's, I think, important for you to know what is going on and to participate in that. But one of the nice things about it is you're going to see people from all over the world, Relive people that are in other parts of the world that do this business, that have a story to tell you, and you're going to enjoy that. And it's something that I think will just be a terrific new thing that is going to be a good thing for us. You don't know this, many of you, but I've often said that if I was in the insurance business until I was 38 years old, and I was a major owner of a life insurance company, and that I had helped start and build and then sold it, retired at age 38. And I often said that if I could meet with my people every day, the people that I was working with and building, that we could build a much stronger business. And that was physically impossible. You just couldn't do it. But in this new technology that we've got, we can be together, we can talk, we can visit with each other. And it's just a much better way, or an easier way to do business. Now, we're still going to have the times when we can get together, whenever the COVID thing has been figured out and we're safe and being able to get back together again. That'll be a part of what we'll do. So I look forward to that. But for those of you that might be new, let me give you a little bit of an example about things that I think are important. One of the things that needs to be said, and people need to know this, that Relive is different in a lot of ways, but one of the ways we're different is that we probably are the only company that was ever created because of a product that was working. And let me tell you the story, a little bit of it, and I'll try not to go into too much detail and just bore everybody, but here in effect is my story, and I want to tell you a little bit about it, because these are things, some of this I've really never said before in very many public places. It's just something that there's been no real need to do it, but I felt this morning it might be something that might be interesting. The thing that happened was that I talked about just a minute ago about my time in the insurance business and how I had retired. I was 38 years old, and I remember what we were doing. My wife, Sandy, of 50 years, by the way, before she died of Alzheimer's disease of almost 5 years ago. What we were doing with my three kids, Lisa, our daughter, who's the oldest, and Scott, who is now in charge of Asia Pacific, and he's president of the company. Many of you know Scott, was the middle child, and then Ryan, who's now the CEO of Relive, and our youngest. We were raising Arabian horses. Now, the kids didn't necessarily want anything to do with that, but after I got out of the insurance business, we wanted to get into the horse business, and we did. And it was one of those things where I loved my old tractor, and I would love being out there mowing the weeds and the brush and the timber and all the things. And one day I was doing that, and I noticed someone coming down our driveway. It was about a quarter of a mile driveway that we had on this farm that we had at that time in central Illinois. The man got out, and he was a man that I had known. He had worked for me in the insurance business, and he had something he wanted to talk to me about. And it was, he had found a new career. He had also left the insurance business in a different way, and got into the nutrition business with a company that was a network marketing, or I should say a direct selling company. Still around. They're an old company. You don't hear as much about them anymore. Back a few years ago, you would have, but great company. There was nothing wrong with them. But what he did was he introduced me to nutrition. And it was the first time that anybody had ever said much about nutrition and how important it was. I was an avid tennis player, and that was one of the things I did 4 or 5 days a week. And I knew it was important to stay healthy and do exercise and all of that. But I did not really realize at that point in time in my life how important it was that the proper nutrition entered my body every day. I learned along the way after I started taking his product, and I took 9 different capsules and pills and tablets, took them for years, until I met Dr. Ted, actually. And I really wasn't sure it was doing me any good, but I was taking them every day. And I believed in nutrition. My mother had died of breast cancer along the way. And my father-in-law, Sandy's father, had died of heart disease, congestive heart failure. So I was really getting into this nutrition thing. And I began to see things that I had never known before about nutrition, about what we really put into our body is going to cause us to either have good health or bad health. And I really became a real believer in that. And in a conference one time, in a convention, I met Dr. Ted Kalogis. Many of you know that story. Dr. Ted was a Greek immigrant, at least his parents were. He grew up in New York City, and then in World War II, joined the forces and fought in the war. He had his doctorate degree by that time. One of his jobs was parachuting out of airplanes in Europe, down to help wounded soldiers. And it happened that it was very tail end of the war, the war in Europe in 1945. And he had machine gun fire that hit him in the back. And at that point in time, he was told by the doctors that he would be in pain the rest of his life, and he would not be able to walk. He went home to his wife and family in Washington or Washington, D.C. area, and recovered and recovered in a way that he was in a wheelchair, but he wanted to try to help himself with the pain that he was dealing with. What he tried formula after formula after formula, and finally after hundreds of different ones, he came up with one that was working, and one that was helping him with the pain, one that was helping him get out of the wheelchair. And it worked so well that people were commenting on this, and people wanted to try what he was doing. And he was making this product in his kitchen. And it was amazing, the story. These doctors, after he laid in the hospital bed for several months, some say it was 18 months. I'm not sure that number was absolutely correct, but approximately a year and a half in England in the healing process. This was before he developed his formula. But in any case, when I met Dr. Ted in 1982, Dr. Ted told me a couple of things that I thought were important. He called me Bobby, and he said, Bobby, let me tell you the difference here between what you're doing with your 9 pills that you're taking every day. My can of product, and I should have maybe a can of Classic here in front of me because that was the product he was talking to me about. He said it's got 72 different vitamins and minerals and herbs and amino acids and micronutrients, all the things you need in one scoop. And that's what you need in a day's time. And here's what's good about it. 2 things. One is that's the proper balance, that it's the right amount of one ingredient to another, to another, to another. It's not just thrown in and you're mixing them sort of willy-nilly with what you're taking right now. Most people go into a pharmacy or a grocery store and they buy one of these and one of those and one of something else, and they think, well, I've heard these are good for me, so I'll be taking these. And Dr. Ted perfected that, where that these minerals and these elements help each other. And that's a big deal because if they don't blend and if they're not synergistic, then you've got a real problem there. One is offsetting the other in a bad way. The other thing he said was, and this was another key, was that the product of Dr. Ted's with the 1 scoop mixed in a beverage of water, juice, or whatever it might be, in our case, Energized with most people, is a product that is going to turn to liquid, and the liquid is going to get into your body easier. It's going to be used by the body. It's going to penetrate that blood-brain barrier in most all cases, where the body can actually use the product rather than just filter on through the body and not use. So that was a key thing that happened there, that in my life. I took the product for 6 years, from 1982, 1988, or actually 1987 it was, 5 years later. I developed a brain tumor. It was not cancerous, but it was serious, right in the middle of my head, where the doctors had to go in right here, take out a little plug of my skull, take out a white grape-sized tumor out of the middle of my head. And the doctors had told me that I would be in the hospital for probably 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, whatever it might be, and then off work for a long time. I actually was retired. Didn't make a lot of difference with that, but they said I wouldn't be able to do much. And I astounded everybody because after 4 days that I was in the hospital in Chicago, Illinois, at the University of Illinois, Chicago, I was released and was able to walk the streets of Chicago. It was February the 4th, I think it was, when that happened. On that day I was released, and it was cold in Chicago, and I was looking for caps. My head had been shaved, and so I was bald and needed. At that time, you had to shave me to be bald. Right now, I'm working on my own way of being bald, I guess, but maybe not. But the point is that I'm trying to say is I knew what it was, why I was doing so well with Dr. Ted's product. It was because, and why the pain had gone, why I had no pain. I had no after effects of any kind, really. A little swelling I had up inside this side of my head, and that was it. And I knew that the people that I cared about had to know about this product, and that the world needed to know about the product. And Dr. Ted was the key, I thought. So Sandy and I then began to talk with him and came up with a plan to put a company together that we called Relive. We gathered around us other people that we knew that could help, one of which was Dr. Carl Hastings, who took the Classic product and the Now. Dr. Ted had invented the Now as well. It was the Now with the Whey that some of you, maybe all of you know, it was reintroduced here not long ago. We had now with whey for many years, or with soy, excuse me, and but the original formula was the now with whey, and the classic was changed only to make it a little more tasteful for people that are tasty, that people might have had a difficult time with it. There was no sugar, no sweetener of any kind in that product. So that was the beginning. We started with those two products, and first thing you know, we started a little coffee shop in St. Louis, and it turned out there was 5 people there. I always told the story, you know, when one of them asked Bob, how many people you have, how many distributors have you got in this company? And I remember saying in that first meeting, actually it was just one of the things that sticks out of my mind. Well, you know, what we've got now is once we get you and 4 more, we're going to have 5 people as distributors of this company. So everybody thought that was kind of cute, but that was the way we started, just in a actually a little coffee shop, and the business grew though from St. Louis to other parts of the United States, and the first thing you know, we were in all 50 states. We had people then that wanted to take it internationally to Australia, and Australia became a huge market for us, and still is a great market today. The business has grown phenomenally, and people have done well as distributors. But mainly the people that I think have done the best of all have been the customers and the people who consume the product of Relive every day. It's something that I would not be without in my life. I take more than just the classic every day, and I've taken that twice a day. Eden now makes sure I get my classic as I walk out the door every day. She's got a glass of classic that she's handing me with other products as well. But I'm saying to you that that's what happened. We then got into 15 countries, and we're selling product all over the world, and we're just beginning. Here's what I think, though, is the most exciting thing for all of you now, and that is I want you to know a couple of things. First of all, that the internet has changed everything, as I mentioned a minute ago. It's changed our business. I think it has the potential to improve our business greatly. The people that are doing the best right now are not U.S. citizens as such. The people that are doing the best, even though there's a great opportunity in the U.S., Asia is our best market. It was in 2019, in the sense that we had more new customers, we had more profits, we had more people that became introduced to Relive in 2019 from Asia than anywhere else. And it's done through the internet. It's done through customer acquisition. Now, you say, well, that's kind of a funny term. You know, I've never heard that one, Bob, so much. Well, it's not new, but it's something that is just amazing, because you've got people that are using the internet as the coal market, so to speak, that was difficult before. And we're talking about customer acquisition. We're not talking about you going out your front door, knocking on doors up and down the street and trying to get people interested in something that they've never heard of and they don't know you. This is the kind of thing that the internet is opening up a whole new world for you if you're able to understand it and you're able to work with it and see the opportunity. There is 40 cents out of every dollar that is paid in the retail sales of this business. Another 23 cents out of every dollar that's when $100 worth of product, $63 is paid in commissions one way or the other to people. And the easiest way to prosper, the easiest way to maybe the best way to do your business is to get more customers. The one thing I said to Carl Hastings and to Steve Merrick when they first joined the company about well, Steve was in from the beginning, Carl was in 4 years later, but was that if all we had to do was just get people taking Relive product and they would stay on that product for the rest of their life. One of the things that happened was there was a little bit of a flaw in all that. And in that, we would find that people would become involved as a distributor of Relive, and they were independent distributors. We did not know who their customers were. And I've learned over the years, there's probably 30 or 40 or 50 reasons why someone moves on, that gets excited and does well, they love the product and stands on stage and says, I'll be taking this product for the rest of my life. And then for whatever reason, they're gone a year, 2 years, 3 years later. You know, that's happened. We all know that, those of you that have been a part of the business for any length of time, which means you've got orphan people out there. You've got orphan customers that no longer know how to get the product. And they don't really know what to do to continue to take their Now and Classic and Energize and Fiber Store and all the products that they've been taking. And the thing we just know is if we can find ways to keep people to where they've got access to Relive, then we've changed the world here in many, many ways. And that's what's going on. And I'm not going to get into all the details now of internet selling and all of that, but I encourage any of you that have not opened your minds and your eyes and hearts to this, to look at it, to see for yourself how this business can be expanded and how you can do so well if you will just give it an opportunity. It's not easy because you're gonna fail the first two or three times in all probability. Maybe something's going to happen that you're not going to like, but those people that are using the internet for customer acquisition are doing better than anybody else in this business right now. That's where the largest growth is in our distributor compensation, is in with people that are acquiring customers over the internet. And that is a new development. Some of you know that, some of you maybe don't. And some of you are new that are hearing this for the first time. But what I'm saying to you is we've got a great opportunity, the better opportunity today than we had the day that Sandy and I first launched this company back in 1988. It's more exciting today than it ever has been. There's more opportunity. The world is smaller, and we've got an opportunity. You have an opportunity to help more people than ever before. And my wish is, and my desire is, that we just continue to grow, we continue to expand, and we continue to talk to other people about Relive, just like you have in the past. All you Hawaii winners are to be congratulated, and some of you are going back for the second time. I just heard Jennifer and some others there that were said that we'll be going on the trip, and I know there's others of you on this call that have qualified, and I want to personally congratulate you. The time has never been as good as it is right now to do Relive. And you're going to have some people say, well, yeah, I know, but things were good back 5 years ago or 10 years ago or whatever. But I'm saying to you right now, there's a greater opportunity in this company, in this business, than there's ever been before. So I'm excited. I've never felt this way before. We've got everything going for us. We've got a product line that keeps expanding. And I will tell you something, you haven't seen the best news yet. We have got the most exciting group of products coming up that are just going to blow you away. And I mean that. I can't sit still when I think about what we're going to be doing with these products. I've been excited now for a year and a half about one in particular that I think is going to be the new hallmark of Relive, frankly. And everybody in the world needs to listen up and pay attention, because this product is going to change a lot of lives. And I just want to say that because it's a phenomenal time to become acquainted with Relive or to get re-energized with Relive if you've been on the sidelines for a while. And I want you to know that Eden and I are here to help you in any way we can. We'd be glad to work with you, help you, talk to you, anything we can do to further your business. Roger, I appreciate what you guys have done out there in Utah. And I know Kari works with many of you. Kari is my daughter-in-law, Scott's wife, and she's an active distributor and probably about as excited as anybody I've ever talked to. So I'm all for you. I want to see this business in your area grow. And I know there's others of you from California now on the call, maybe even along the West Coast, Oregon and Washington, Chicago, all that. That's not a coastline city, but unless you consider Lake Michigan, I guess. But I just want you to know it's a great time to be a part of Relive, everybody. And I'm excited, and I hope you are. Roger, I'll turn it back to you. And it's been my honor and pleasure to be with you today. Thank you, everybody.
It's been our honor to listen to you and get to see you. And Bob, could you take just half a minute and tell us what we're looking at for conference that's coming up? This is going to be a different conference, and tell us what we're looking at and why should we attend?
Well, that's a good point, and I've hit on that a little bit a few minutes ago. Here's what's happening. As we all know, we can't travel because of the virus. And what has happened is that at the same time this virus has come about, it seems to me about the same time, it might have been available before, but things like Zoom technology and the way to communicate over the internet, as we're doing right now, has been made available to us. And we're going to be able to get thousands of people on this call. Just as this will be really the first attempt at this as an international conference. You're going to hear from people from Europe and what they're doing and how they're selling their products and how they're handling their business in places like France. France, by the way, is one of our best markets in the world, maybe our second best market. They've just been phenomenal over there with Eric Bill and just the managers and people that they've got over the years that have done such a great job. All those countries are going to be able to participate. You're going to hear from the Asian people and how they're growing their business. That's one reason you need to, you can hear from me a little bit, but you're not going to learn what to do and how to do it. From them, you will learn, and you will see what they're doing. You'll see how they're growing their business and how they're being compensated and how the business is working, and they're helping millions of people. I would encourage all of you to get as many people as you can, that anybody's got any life in them at all, that any potential, to get them on this conference that's coming up at the end of the month, and where they can participate. They don't have to be a part of all of it. I think it's going to be a Friday night and Saturday, but they should listen to as much of it as they can, and I think that's what's the good part of it. Specifically, you're just going to hear from all the people around the world, Roger, that are successful and are changing lives with people. You're going to hear stories about how the products have changed people's lives and what benefits they've received by being a part of Relive. So that's what I would say. I haven't given you any technical detail there because that really hasn't been my role, but that's the way I see it, what the value of this conference coming up.
It's going to be great, and it's going to be great, and I so appreciate your time, Bob. Tell Eden hi from us, and thank you so much for being on the call. You're welcome to stick around, or if you've got other things, I know you're busy and that, but you're welcome to hang on too. Thanks again, Bob.
No, I would like to stick around and maybe if you put somebody else's picture up there, a little better picture of someone else would be good. And I don't have to look at that one and can watch what you guys do. So That would be, I'd
Okay.
like to stick around for a while. So it'd be my pleasure.
That sounds
Even though I
good.
feel the same way. Okay, good. Bye, everybody. I'll be here listening.
Okay. Well, that was awesome. So conference is coming up, and that's the 28th and 29th of August. Register now. It's a virtual conference. You can do this right from your home. You can go on the computer and, you know, you're just there. You'll be able to hear all of the stories, the training. You'll get to hear more from Bob and from Ryan and Tom and the other leaders. It's going to be amazing, you guys. So make sure to get on. So we're going to go through the rest of this a little bit quick, and we may not get through it all, but I think what we've heard has been the best training that we could have heard all day anyway. So this is just frosting on the cake here. So Relive has been in business for nearly 32 years. They're a food science and nutrition company. The products are clinically proven and patented. They're backed by science, and they're guaranteed to work. And we're the only epigenetic nutrition company in the US. And as you've seen with Bob this morning, the company has strong family values and the integrity is impeccable. So Relive has your solution. There's the products, the compensation plan, and the success system. And we'll see if we can hit these. Okay, the products, you've got the core nutrition, the 2 kids product on the top, the 3 adult products on the bottom. They're clinically proven formulas, and they're balanced nutrition, patented as a whole food. We've got targeted solutions for digestive health, for joint health, heart health, for blood sugar management, also for energy. 24K has 24 different ingredients for food for the brain, has no stimulants, no sugars, no caffeine, no artificial sweeteners. Reverse Age does just that, reverses the aging process. Provantage for lean muscle building and nerve damage. Soy Essentials for women's issues, and Energize for hydration. Oops, got a little antsy there. Defense is for immune support, has 3 different ingredients that have been proven to support the immune system. And Lunar X, that ingredient that Dr. Galvez discovered that goes in and actually turns off the bad genes, turns on those good genes, and helps to support your immune system. We also have the ROV hemp line with tinctures and also that balm. My wife shared the balm with somebody this last week, and he was blown away about how fast that worked. The tinctures are great. I'm sleeping better at night with that melatonin L-tryptophan formula. That's awesome. So let's go to the compensation plan. There are 5 ways to earn income with Relive: retail, wholesale, overrides, bonuses and trips, and the ambassador program. Right now it's $20 to become a distributor, and your goal is to build a distribution network. And everyone can take Relive. If you can fog a mirror, you can take Relive. First form of income, retail profit. You can earn between 20 and 40%. And so if you retail $100, you could make between $20 and $40. And I'm not the shiniest penny in the pocket, but I knew if I was going to take the same amount of time to make either $20 or $40, I was going to make the $40, and I came in at that highest profit level. And everyone is a potential customer. Wholesale profits is strictly a relationship between distributors. If you picture yourself in that blue box, if you sponsored somebody at the 25% level, you would make the difference between the 15 or between the 40% and the 25%. Sorry, just doing a little bit of housekeeping here. Okay. So you can see the stair step there, the 25% level, you spend $375 and get $500 worth of retail product. That's a savings of 25%. We're going to go over a little bit more with that and the master affiliate level. The master affiliate level, the highest profit and savings level, you spend $3,250 and you get $5,000 worth of product. So the third form of income is opened up when you become a master affiliate. Overrides, if you picture yourself in that orange box and you sponsored, let's say, Susan, and she decided to join you at that master affiliate level, the wholesale is gone, the retail is gone, but you'll be able to be paid overrides from the company. On that first level, it's 8%, and you can see on down 6, 4, 3, and 2%. So what happens if you share with 3 people and help them do the same? When I saw this, when I very first came to a Relive meeting, I was kind of blown away, and I thought, yeah, there's nobody doing that. And then I started meeting people in Relive, and they were doing this and more. You can see how that power of multiplication works out, earning over $18,000 in a calendar month. So the fourth form of income, cash bonuses and trips. We just finished that promotion for the Hawaii trip. I'm excited to go on that. Those cash bonuses are real, you guys. I earned a $4,000 bonus and I was blown away. That was just super, super fun. And you guys, anybody can do this. If I can do it, anybody can. That Star Director bonus, you can actually add percentages to those 8, 6, 4, 3, and 2% by sponsoring people. And the ambassador program, we have a number of ambassadors on the call today. They're paid to teach and train others. There's travel, there's recognition, extra cash bonuses, and these are great people. A lot of knowledge there that we can draw on and just great, great help. So how do we do all of this? There's the 5 fundamentals, the circle of success, and you know, the key to this is to take action now. I was talking to somebody here, I think it was a call that I was doing with Lauren, and asked the question, when's the best time to plant a tree? Well, it was 20 years ago. So if you didn't plant it then, when's the second best time to plant it? Today. So take action today and start your business growing. Start identifying people, connecting people, sharing the story, asking for a decision, and registering and getting them going. So let's go through those individually. First, you identify. Start making a list. Think of 5 people, 10 people that you want to talk to. Talk these over with your upline or even a sideline. Figure out a way that you can talk to those people and approach them. Maybe it's, hey, you've been on my mind. Or maybe it's, hey, I heard you had migraines. Can I do some research for you and see if our products could maybe help with that? You know, you've got a lot of memory joggers there. It's amazing what you can do. If you put your mind to it, find ways to either meet people or get back in touch with people, whether it's through acquaintances, sporting events, with your kids or whatever, like Bob said, through the internet, through social media. Find ways to connect with people. And then what you want to do is actually connect with them and set an appointment. You don't want to do the appointment, you want to set the appointment and find a time when they have some time that you can share what you're doing and why you're excited about this. And then share the Relive story. Share your why, your belief, and your heart. Share the whole Relive story. Help them see the value of this through other stories. Bring in either other distributors or get stories on the phone so that people can have their hearts touched. It's the stories that actually touch their hearts. And then ask for a decision. How would you like to get started? Where would you like to get started? If it's building a business, maybe review the comp plan and show them the different ways that they can come in as a distributor. If it's as a customer, you know, they may want to just dip their toe a little bit and taste the product and try it out for themselves. And you can help them do that. Make sure to either have product with you or readily available so that you can help them get started. So as a distributor, there are some easy ways to get started. The quick start level that we talked about earlier, 25% savings in profit level. You only pay $375 for $500 worth of product. You have free shipping on that first order, which gives you over $150 savings on that. Or the master affiliate level, there's 35 to 40% savings or profit level for the rest of your life. You pay $32.50 for that $5,000 worth of product. You get free shipping on that order also. And if you were to retail that entire order, you would earn $1,750. That's a 54% return on your investment. And at the banks, you're getting 1%, maybe 2% if you're lucky. So that's a huge thing. This is a tax write-off as a business, and it's the highest savings and profit level for a lifetime. And what really got me was when I saw the guarantees. As a distributor, you have a 1-year, 100% guarantee on anything that's unopened. So get them registered, get them started on the product. If they want to do the business, then we want to also help them to identify and build a list, help them to connect, talk with them on who they want to talk to, and help them to do that, connect them up with stories for those appointments, and then help them do those appointments. It's always nice to have two people. It gives you that second voice of validation. We need to develop positive daily habits. This is one thing that I know Bob has talked about both today and in the past, is that we all have the same 24 hours in the day. How are we going to manage it? And to set goals and find the best way to improve ourselves and to also to help other people. You know, Bob has said many times that Relive is a self-improvement course disguised as a business, and I believe that. I've grown a lot through doing this business. So the Relive Success System is the way you expose people to stories. The system continually builds their wall of belief. The system helps people get results. The system helps customers and distributors think of people that they can share with. And the system also develops leaders and residual income. So use your upline, use them every day. I've always heard that you should use your upline like a tube of toothpaste, because if you don't use toothpaste and you don't brush your teeth, your mouth's going to stink, right? If you don't use your upline, your business is going to stink. So you want to use your upline, use them every day. You are not bugging them. I asked Jennifer Eves if I was bugging her, and she told me just yesterday that I wasn't ever bugging her. So I'm really glad to hear that. You guys use those upline. 3-way calls, live stories add evidence of weight, or weight of evidence to what you're trying to say and what you're trying to do. In fact, I have a customer that really didn't want stories, but I asked her if it was okay if we would leave a story on her answering machine once in a while. And the other day, I happened to run into her in person, and she said, you know, I really appreciate those stories that you're leaving. She says, I do listen to them, and they are helping. They do give me hope. So, you know, don't give up on those people that don't want those stories. Ask them if you can leave those on a message. In fact, that's how I heard the stories originally. So it was on a message machine. Weekly conference calls. There are tons of conference calls out there, you guys. Great conference calls that you can plug into. The short and sweet call, the success call on Monday, the kids call on Friday. I'll give a plug for the call that I host on Friday. There's lots of things. And then this Saturday training where you can learn the basics of building a Relive business. There's special events that are coming up, like conference. Build towards them. Make sure that you have your customers and your distributors, that they know about the conference and that they get registered, so that whenever they can pop on, like Bob said, I mean, if they can't go for the whole thing, pop on for Friday night's event or for some of the workshops on Saturday. But that conference is going to be a huge event, and like he said, international people from all over the world will be on there and sharing and teaching and training. Be familiar with what the current promotions are, and Tom does a good job on getting that that video out every first of the month. And I was going to go on this morning and see if it was up already, but I haven't done that. So that's something that I'll do right when I get off of training here. And remember, you've got the top 3 bonuses. Hopefully that'll still be going. We'll find out, I guess, in the video. But there's the first place for 3,000, second place for 2,000, and third place for 1,000. And you can earn an extra 1,000 if your volume exceeds 15,000. That's an old slide. Not sure if that's going to be continuing through August. And then you've got promo 1, 2, and 3. You get on promo 1, you earn free product by signing up customers on AutoShip. Promo 2, you get a $250 bonus when you have 3 quick starts that you sponsor. And promo number 3, you earn an extra $250 when you sponsor a master affiliate. Again, you guys, make sure to get registered for a conference. There's going to be guest speakers, workshops, and so much more. We haven't got the agenda yet, but I'm sure that'll be coming out anytime. So make sure to go on to relive.com and get registered. There's some of those training calls that you can listen to, the Commit to Success on Monday, the Wednesday opportunity meeting on this same Zoom ID that you're on right now, Thursday short and sweet call, and then back to Saturday training like we're doing right now. So your equation for success is consistency, take action every day, be persistent, don't give up, don't get discouraged. You can make money or excuses, but not both. Be determined, and you can achieve your goals. And you know, Lauren posted something on Facebook that I thought was really good, because she said you can aim for the moon, and if you miss, you'll be among the stars, I think is how the quote went. And you know, no matter what you do, you're furthering your business along. You're getting the word out. You're getting Relive in front of people, and people are going to be watching you. So be determined and achieve those goals. And all of that will equal success. Make a long-term commitment to yourself. I love this illustration. I mean, some people will look at success and they're going, God, he's just able to do this so easy. And that's what they see is the success. But behind the scenes where you don't see is that persistence, and you see those failures. You see the sacrifice, the things that you've given up. You see disappointment. And you see also good habits and working hard, dedication. All of those things are things that people don't really see. They just see that, oh, you earned the trip to Hawaii, or, oh, you got a bonus or whatever. It's a lot of work, and there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. So don't be discouraged. Just know that everybody's going through the same thing. For the longest time, I thought nobody else got no's besides me. And you know what? All of us get those no's, but as we're talking to people, we find the ones that we can help and that are willing to be helped. So here's your call to action. Identify 3 new people today, connect with them today, set appointments, and then do some follow-up with your current customers or distributors. It's been so fun to do this training with you guys today. And Bob Montgomery, thank you again so much for taking all of the time. I can't believe all of the time that you took with us, and it was so rewarding. I'm glad we had that recorded, and we'll be sending that recording out. if there are any people on here that are not on the email list for the recording, contact me at reliveshake@hotmail.com, and I'll make sure that you get a link to the recording. Let's go ahead and we're going to stop the recording.